Hello everyone, good morning dear students. Today we are back with the new lesson for the class 9th English subject. Here we will go through the first lesson, the best advice I ever had. So this was written by Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Pandit. So here warm up activity they gave you, identifying the following great personalities. The first woman president of the UN General Assembly, she was Vijayalakshmi Pandit. The first woman judge of the Supreme Court of India was Fatima Bibi. The first woman IPS officer of India, she was Kiran Bedi. The first woman president of India, she was Pratibha Patil. The first woman prime minister of India, she was Indira Gandhi. The first woman governor in India, she was Sarojini Naidu. They all are the great personalities from the India. They have struggled in the freedom fight. Now we will go through here. The lesson given below is an article written by Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Pandit, one of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's sister. She wrote it for a Reader's Digest, a monthly magazine, when she was the High Commissioner of India in the United Kingdom. So it is a monthly magazine. It is written in for a month, only one time. So she has written who she is, that Mrs. Pandit. She written a monthly magazine. So it is a when she was a High Commissioner for India in the United Kingdom. That time she wrote this magazine, and she was one of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's sister. So now we'll go through this lesson now. Here, the best advice I ever had came from one of the great souls that world has ever known, Mahatma Gandhi ji, on a sunny afternoon a decade ago. So a best advice means a good advice. It was given by a Gandhi ji to Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Pandit. So she has always followed that advice in her life. So it was a advice given by a legend. He is a legend for our India. So he was a Mahatma Gandhi ji. He has given a great advice, a best advice to the Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Pandit on a sunny afternoon a decade ago. So many years ago. Now we'll go through the second para. Most people pass through a period of anxious when their belief in humanity is at a low ebb. I was in such a period. My husband had recently died. My deep sorrows over his loss was followed by humiliating realization that in the eyes of Indian law, I had no individual existence. Along with other Indian women, I had participated for years when men in the national struggle for freedom, working and suffering side by side with them until it had finally been achieved. Yet in law, we women were still recognized only through our relationships to men. So now we'll go through this para. Children, she is telling about her in this para that how have she have been struggled in this society. So she is telling that when here I will read this two lines. Most people pass through a period of anxious when their belief in the humanity is at a low ebb. So she's telling that in everybody's life there is a moment, there is a time that every person they are in the some suffering. They are suffering from anything. So it was a time that she had in that period she have been lost her husband, and she was so much in her pain. Then she was in the deep sorrow over his loss, was followed by the humiliating realization that in the eyes of Indian law, I had not individual existence. So, in India nowadays also, if there is a husband only, the woman will get the respect. So even in that situation, she was lost her husband and she was not getting a right and she was in deep sorrows, and nobody were nobody were to listen her feelings. So she is telling about that even in our India nowadays also, the peoples, if there is a no, if anybody's husband is died, there the women are not giving the equal respect to the women. So she is telling that along with other Indian women, I had participated for years with men in national struggle for freedom, working and suffering side by side with them until it had finally been achieved. So she is telling that even if they are not giving her a respect also, she have been went with other women and participated for years with the men. Even with the man and woman, she have been struggled for our freedom. Okay, and even she was suffering in that situation also, she had not let her down, and she went to to struggle over our freedom. Then finally they achieved. Then our India have been they get the independence. Then even she went and they have been achieved their goal, and yet in love we women were still recognized only through our relationship to men. Even she is telling that yet if they have been achieved anything, but also if there is a man means in their relationship, means if a woman, she is married a person, that person, if he dies, the husband, if he dies, then there is a no respect for that woman. Even there is a no society they are accepting that woman. So she is telling there is, if the lady is recognized by their man. Okay, so in this lesson we will complete by these 2 paragraphs, and in the next session we will start with the next paragraph. Till then, thank you children.